Come on in. Welcome. Oh, I'm glad you're here. Please, come in and have a seat. Let's see where the conversation takes us. This is the hard part. See, talking about things, talking about others, that's always been super easy. Talking about myself has always been a challenge.
Why?
Childhood of being told to shut up and nobody wants to listen to you.
So why are you starting a podcast if nobody wants to listen to you?
Because I think maybe they were wrong. Maybe there are a few people out there who want to hear what I have to say.
What do you have to say?
A lot. About everything. Oh, I am one of the most opinionated, non-judgmental people I know.
Explain.
I know, seems a bit like an oxymoron, but most of my life is an oxymoron, so it makes perfect sense to me. I have opinions. I have opinions about everything, but that's all they are. They're just my opinions. And I don't judge your choices because I didn't live your life, and I don't know what brought you to where you are. And I want the same grace from others. You don't know what brought me to where I am today, what choices I had to make. You see the decisions I made. You don't always know the choices that people are faced with, the circumstances they're in when they make those choices. Maybe a choice you wouldn't have made, but you weren't in those exact circumstances, so you don't know.
Is this what you're going to talk about on your podcast?
What I want this podcast to be is a place to talk about how we move in the world, how we present ourselves, how we see ourselves. Those are not always the same thing, by the way. And how others receive us, how we connect. And as human beings, we have a tendency to want to really focus on our own perspective, our goals, where we're going, whether in the next 5 minutes or in the next 5 years, right? We tend to move through the world very self-focused, and we forget that everybody else is doing that too, right? And sometimes we need to step back and recognize that who we're interacting with, they don't have the same experiences. They don't come from the same background. They don't come from the same family. They don't come from the same belief systems, from the same experiences. And when we shift focus away from ourselves and we contemplate what somebody else might be going through, it allows us to have a deeper compassion. It allows us to connect better. It allows us to communicate better. But in order to get to the point where we can accept somebody else for who they are, we have to appreciate and accept ourselves for who we are. And that requires a little bit of self-reflection. That requires awareness of how we impact the world and how we're perceived. And it involves communication and vulnerability, and it involves thinking, not just reacting. And these are the things that I want this podcast to be about, that taking a moment in any given situation and looking at it from different perspectives, considering different influences, and opening yourself up to connect with people at a deeper level. Everything gets better. All of our relationships improve. Our professional relationships improve. Our personal relationships improve. Often this is an opportunity for me to continue to explore myself. I will have epiphanies through this process as well. I haven't reached my destination. I am very much a work in progress, and I'm a messy piece of work at that. I am flawed. I am human. I am temperamental. I'm all of those things. I'm multifaceted. I'm complicated. We all are. People who are struggling with their relationships, right? People who are struggling with their self-confidence. I want you to know you're not alone. And communicating is a skill that can be built, right? We're not born great communicators. We're not even born with the direct language. It's something that is given to us by our parents, by our community, right? We grow in it. Learning how to effectively communicate what you're feeling, what your needs are. Man, we all struggle with that so much. And sometimes just having somebody to talk through it, can help make it all so much better. It can make hard conversations manageable when we understand ourselves better, and when we're open to understanding others, when we're open to hearing where the other person, not just the words that they're saying, but what they're trying to convey, right? And sometimes people choose their words poorly. Guilty. I've done it. I've stepped in it and had to retrace and dial it back and go, no, that's not what I meant. And, having the tools to be able to explore all of that, to be able to unpack it and understand it, and to know how to build the framework with which to communicate respectfully and efficiently and effectively with each other. I've built a whole profession on it. It's anybody who wants to be a better self and wants to connect to others better. This is who this is for. People in relationship, which should be all of us. What I'd like you guys to do is to tune in, join the conversation, right? Let's share perspectives. Let's share experiences. Let's talk about how to understand each other better. Come on in. Have a seat in my living room. Let's chat. See where the conversation takes us today.